Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, and we have the icon in the building, the good doctor, Doc Gooden. Doc, how you doing?
Everything's good, my brother. Thanks for having me on the show. Hope all is well on your end.
When the good doctor's in the house, how can we not be good, man?
I hear you. It's good
Um,
to hear. Good to hear.
so it's like to all New Yorkers, Doc is a lifetime superhero. But now, for real in real life, you can grab Doc's superhero comic book cover. He teamed up with our friends at Pop Fly Pop Shop. Doc, this thing is pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I like it a lot. They did a good job with that. And the thing is now, as we get older, we get kids and grandkids, and like a lot of my kids, well, my grandkids especially, they never see me play. So I just became a third-time great-grandfather.
Wow,
I got three
congratulations.
great-grandkids. So trying to do something different to get their attention. All kids like comic and cartoons and stuff like that to get their attention. Then they can learn about their granddad a little bit.
That is so cool. So when young Doc was a kid, who was your favorite superhero? Did you have one?
Not really. I was more like a Batman type of guy. I like
Hmm.
Batman. Was my guy. It was a lot of fun. I used to love that. I would say Batman and Fred Flintstone, believe it or not. Even though I wasn't really the type of hero, but I used to love the Flintstones, man. For some reason, that was my guys,
You
Fred
know,
and Barney. But Batman was my guy, though. I used to love Batman and Robin. And my first car I got was a Z28 Camaro.
woo.
I don't know if you can find those pictures, but you find those pictures of my first car. It's like when the Camaro first changed the body, they had the T-tops. I kind of
Oh,
tried to make it like the Batmobile, kind of.
that
And
is
what's crazy,
slick.
I got away with that in Florida, but I actually brought up to New York in 1984 over here. And, it brought some attention, man. So I had to get rid of that car quick.
How long? How long did you have that bad boy?
I had it for a year, but I only had it up in New York for maybe 3 weeks. I had to send it back home, man. I had like on the Wednesday, I had the doctor, I had the dice on the inside, I had the Playboy bunnies on the outside. I mean, that car was crazy. Definitely a country boy car up in New York City.
It did not last
It's
long
kind
in
of like
Queens, folks.
it's sort of like Crocodile Dundee when they came to New York or L.A. I don't know if you ever saw that movie, but similar to the same thing.
Well, I mean, man, we've come a long way, Doc. I don't know if you
Yes,
saw the
sir.
last video I just texted you, but guys, this vehicle, it
Oh
is
my, oh man,
worthy of Doc Gooden's rookie year. It is worthy of it, Doc. The NASA motorcycle
man,
that
that's
is built
crazy.
for the moon. What do you think of that?
That's crazy. It's amazing way everything is going now with technology and everything else, man. It's crazy. I mean, I don't know how to ride a motorcycle here, neither less try to ride a motorcycle on the moon. I mean, bro, it's crazy. I mean, I guess I like the idea. What's going on now, even with all these like the Tesla, these cars that drive by themselves and all this stuff. It's crazy, man. With technology, I mean, in a couple of years, who knows? I always said though, to a least degree, I think in a couple of years we probably be able to use our cell phones on the airplanes. What do you think?
I mean, what the hell is that about? It's like all this tech, and they act like having a cell phone on is going to cause an airplane to not fly.
I know. I don't get it. And the pilots they use their cell phones.
Right? You know the stewardesses are on their cell phones.
No doubt about it.
So what would
Yeah,
it
it's
cost?
crazy.
What would it cost to get Doc Gooden to go on a space shuttle to the moon?
Uh, that's priceless. It's not going to happen. It's not. It's definitely not going to. It's not a price on that, bro. It's not going to happen. I mean, it's tough enough living here in New York and living in Florida. Need less to go up there, so that's not going to happen. And plus, it's like the older you get, the softer you get. Like now, I'm scared of anything and everything. When I was in
Oh,
my 20s, I had no fear. I would have done it in a heartbeat. Now, I hate even like going to the state fair or the carnivals. I can't even watch my kids or my grandkids get on these rides, man. I just got soft with age for some
oh.
reason.
What about out? Have you ever had a run-in with an alligator down Florida?
No, thank God, no. I
Oh
mean,
my.
like snakes and lizards, bad enough, bro. And what's crazy, when I was a kid, it's true. And I'm not taking shots at my parents or anything because we had a lot of love in the house. But growing up in the inner city, man, I remember sleeping at night. Like if I went out at night and I wasn't supposed to, if I stuck out the window and I got back in, we had a bike room where it was like rats and roaches and all that back there. So I would go back through that window so my parents would know I snuck out. And you have rats and stuff running across your chest. So I can't even imagine running across an alligator, man. Nope. I mean, well, no part of it.
Now, if you guys are real hip to New York history, you know that Mike Tyson trained pigeons, okay? And trained pigeons, they're fantastic, they're very smart. But Doc, this story I just saw, okay, rats, maybe this is where we've been missing the boat, guys. We should be training rats, okay? Because this rat just pulled a heist in a jewelry store. It climbed into that thing and took a diamond necklace, okay, and took off. Well, I mean, how would Batman handle that one, Doc?
Man, that's crazy. You're right. Now, whoever trained that rat is very smart. I don't know how they pull it off. Like you said, I've seen like the hamsters and the rats. They put it in machines and they test like drugs and different things on them to see how they react. But
Right.
I've never seen a rat pull it off. Like I remember before, like DMX was one of my favorite rappers.
Mm.
I remember when he passed, his ex-wife was talking about when she met him, he taught his dog how to snatch pocketbooks. I can get that, but now you're talking about a rat selling jewelry, like you said, pulling off a heist. I mean, you're taking it to a whole nother level now. I mean,
Yeah.
that's amazing. That must take a lot of time to spend that with a rat to teach him how to do that. Smart guy, though, very smart guy. It kind of reminds you, but more intense. Remember, I mean, you might be a lot younger than me, but you remember the movie when the Domans came out, the Doman gang, when the
Yes.
Doman was robbing the banks and all this stuff?
Yes.
That's what it kind of puts me in the lineup. But you got, imagine rats. That had to be a New York rat, right?
Had to be. That had to be a New York rat. Only a New
And
York
then
rat's pulling that off.
yeah, plus the size of that thing, man. He had been eating pretty good too,
It's doing squats, I think.
no doubt.
A hefty ass on that rat, folks.
Oh
Uh,
my God,
now it's
that thing
kind of
was sweet,
cool.
bro.
It's cool that the doc mentions the dog DMX because next week on the show we have Wadeen, the founder of the Rough
Mm.
Riders. So we're going to be talking a lot of DMX next week. What's your
Oh,
favorite
nice,
X
nice.
record?
Yeah, yeah. Please, somebody say hello. I like the one that say I'm falling, I can't get up. So
Mm.
that was me at one time, 4 years ago. I used to play that song, I'm falling, I can't get up. That song is deep. And if you listen to the X lyrics, man, I used to love Tupac lyrics, but to me, X had the best lyrics all time. No slap to Jay-Z, who was one of my favorites, but X was the man.
Totally agree. And I think it was even cool too how X would have a prayer on every album and he made it
Every
cool.
album, it was always a message. That's crazy, man. So
Yeah.
he was definitely there.
That was a deep guy. That was a real deep guy. Rest in peace, DMX. We miss you down here, man. He continues to inspire. Doc, I was at a NFL training camp recently, and what's blaring in the gym? DMX. He's still
Yeah.
what gets the athletes going.
Oh yeah, man. His lyrics, like you said, lyrics was there, good beats. I mean, everything, and anybody can relate pretty much at any age. I mean, like you say, he had a prayer after every song, pretty much. I mean, he was deep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, everybody be sure to tap into the dog in you. And listen, guys, if you want to grab the Doc Gooden limited edition comic book cover, it's only available for a week. Log on popflypopshop.com. That's where you can get it. I think they might have an autograph option on there too,
Yep.
popflypopshop.com. Now, Doc, something that everybody's been talking about, right? The new rules in baseball, right? Would
Yep.
love to know what you think and how you would handle the rules right now if you were playing.
I mean, I like it. I like this the clock, to speed up the game a little bit. I like that. And the pitchers,
It's pretty
it's
cool.
about, baseball's a game about making adjustments because normally before you had all the new rules coming in, it depended on what umpire you have. You make the adjustment to wherever his strike zone. Some umpire calls the ball high, some give you the low pitch, some give you an inch outside. So you always make the adjustment to whatever he's calling, and that's what these guys got to do now. At least they had spring training time to get it, to make it, and the young guys had an opportunity to learn it, the last couple of years in the minor league. So it's just a matter of like the veteran guys, I think probably have the toughest time right now, especially like if it's quick innings. I think Scherzer went through the first couple of starts where some quick innings, they want to score much runs, and he was in and out, and then by the sixth inning, I think he ran out of gas a little bit. But he's a warrior. I'm sure he'll make the adjustment and get back to doing what he's doing, like his last start. So just a matter of these guys making adjustments. I like it. The replay, I'm not too fond of it. I don't mind it, like in the playoffs or down in September stretch run, the World Series. I think it's good, but I think they kind of contradict themselves when you got the speed clock, but then you got the replays, which slows the game back down.
Right.
So hopefully they just do the replays during the playoffs and World Series. I think it's a good thing to have, but not until really. I mean, every game count, but not until the games that really, really count. And to me, that's September, and then obviously into October.
Guys, I just picture Doc out there bullying people with that pitch clock. That'd be a scary sight, man. You with the pitch clock on your side? Come on.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to use that to your advantage. I mean, Special pitching. Pitching is everything is about the mind games, about intimidation factor. And I got to tell you a quick story with like Andre Dawson, right? So in the minor leagues, my pitching coach John Cumberland, the late John Cumberland, he used to always tell me, throw a guy inside and tight, whether it's intentional or not. You always stare at him. When you get the ball back, look at Rendon's eyes. If he looks down, you got him.
Huh.
You got him beat. So a couple of guys actually do that. They look down. I said, okay, I got him. I'm facing the Hawk, Andre Dawson, right? I get him like 0-2 and I go up and in on him. And I'm staring him down, and he's staring back at me. I end up looking down. He forced me to look down. I'm like, man, please, I hope this guy don't come out here, man. Please don't come out here, Hawk. And kind of found out, he was one of the nicest guys. He just had that intimidation look on his face. We're good friends today. Hawk's a good man. I didn't know that then. I mean, very intimidating. That's the only hitter that looked at me and intimidated me.
Oh my God, that's hilarious!
Yeah.
And Hawk, shout out to the Hawk. Doc,
Oh, yeah.
if you had to put together a fantasy starting five with Doc Gooden in it, okay, so you're already in it, so you got to add 4 more guys. Who you putting in it?
Oh, man. I'm taking Pedro, Randy Johnson, Nolan Ryan, Tom Seaver. And I got to go with my man, David Cohn.
Ooh,
I love David Cohn. When David Cohn was healthy, to me, I mean, the arm angles he throw from, the different pitches, throw any pitch at any time, true competitive. That would be my 5 right there.
That's a mean 5 right there. A lot of Mets, a lot of blue and orange history right there too,
Oh,
folks.
you got to have it. I might be a little biased, but got to go with those guys.
But what do you
No
think
doubt
of
about it.
what do you think? Oh, how cool was that to see the Mets retire Willie Mays' number this year?
Oh, man, that was great. And for Mr. Cohn and his staff to do it at the Old Timers game, I mean, what a treat and what a good time to do it. I mean, the front office now, what they're doing is definitely special for the veteran players. I mean, the alumni, the fans, the players now, everybody. I mean, these guys are in tune. They get it. It's just fun to go to the ballpark again. No knock on the whip lines whatsoever, but I'm just saying, with all the electricity, all the excitement, I was there Tuesday night. It's just so much fun being around it again now.
So how big does that screen look in person? In center field, the Mets just put in this massive screen, guys.
Oh, my God.
What's that thing look like?
Oh, my God. It's unbelievable. That thing is unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen it like that. They say it's the second largest in sports history. They say the biggest one, I guess, is at Cowboy Stadium. I can't imagine it being bigger than that one. That's amazing. They're still doing stuff at the stadium. I mean, it's nice what they're doing there. It's real nice, and I think it's a good thing. It's going to attract more players as well, and obviously the team is going to go up. And as long as the team keep playing good, they're definitely putting the product on the field. So the fans will definitely come out and support the team. And the New York fans, they deserve a winner. I mean, they've been supporting a long time, and I know for my own experience, they definitely will come out and light that place up with the energy that the Mets need.
Absolutely. And if you guys know Queens, you know that behind Shea Stadium and now behind Citi Field for years, it was always the car garages. Basically, it just looks like a jungle of chop shops back there. And
Yep.
and Cohen is now getting the whole community together, and they're going to be building like fine dining and restaurants and bars and all that back there. So that's going to be incredible, I think, over the next 10 years.
Oh, my God. I can't wait to see that. Hope I'm around to see it. That's going to be amazing because that's like how they did it in Chicago around Wrigley Field. I guess they call it Wrigley Field now. How they fixed it up, and the same thing at Fenway. And New York deserves that, so it'd be nice. And same with the Yankees. I wish the Yankees would have kept the old Yankee Stadium with all the history that they had there. I mean, the new ballpark's nice, obviously, but the old ballpark, it just had something about it, because all the history there, all the guys that's played there. So, but unfortunately, now everything's about corporate America, so they moved on with that. But I'm excited about what you said, what's going to take place around Citi Field. I can't wait to see it.
No, it's going to be incredible. Doc, have you ever seen the pictures of at the old Yankee Stadium when they had the monuments on the park? And, guys, the outfielders would actually have to run around the monuments sometimes, which look like huge tombstones basically out there.
Oh, man.
How crazy was that?
That's got to be crazy. I saw pictures of it, and Mel Stoudemire, the late Mel Stoudemire, my good friend and my pitching coach with the Mets and Yankees, he would tell me about it, and he actually always, because I used to love to hit. We always talk about hitting, and he told me about them hitting inside the park, grand slam at the old ballpark. But he always talked about it and how it was, so I can't even imagine how big the park was.
So one of the new things, so now the MLB guys, as you know, they rolled out all the new rules this year. And pretty much, I'd say it's been a hit. A couple little, remarks from people, but overall, I think it's been pretty good and well received. Now, Doc, there's another one they're flirting with that I got to get your opinion on, and that is moving the mound back. I'm not personally a fan of it. What do you think?
No, no, I don't like that. I mean, the hitters got enough advantage as it is. I mean, these hitters today, they come up to the plate. They got the elbow pad. They got the shin guards. They got all this stuff on. I mean, the face guard. I mean, it looked like a catcher coming to bat with all the gear on. And so with all the equipment on it, they can dive over the plate. You can't pitch inside. Now the umpire can throw the pitch out of the game without a warning. Now the kids got the velocity up. Now they're going to move the mound back. I mean, I wouldn't move the mound back. I mean, leave the mound the way it is. I mean, it's a beautiful game. There's been a lot of changes. But let's leave it where it is. I mean, I don't think no more changes really needed at this time, especially mess with the mound.
Agreed. And now we had millions of views last week because we started talking about this map that leaked about the MLB realigning. Have you seen anything about that, Doc, where they're talking about realigning the divisions, getting rid of American and National League, expanding, adding a couple expansion teams. But with the new Atlantic division, I got to tell you about this. It would be the Mets, Yankees, Red Sox, Phillies, and Baltimore Orioles. That would be a division.
Wow. I mean, like that. To me, I think the Yankees and the Mets should definitely always be in two different divisions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's always been that way. Put them in the same division, I don't think it's fair for the New York fan base. That's what I mean. Baseball is a beautiful game. I'm all for, expansion teams. I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I'm all for that. They give more players opportunities to get big league jobs. I'm always for that. But once you start with the realignment again, I think it's too much. I like the way it is now with the wild card teams, with the extra teams.
Yeah.
But changing the realignment for the divisions and put the Yankees and the Mets in the same division, I'm not for that one.
They got now, so let's talk about that expansion. So if they expand, right now it looks like the Oakland A's are probably going to leave Oakland, which is very sad for Oakland, but it looks like they're going to head to Vegas just like the Raiders did. And then they're looking at Charlotte, Nashville, and Portland and Oklahoma City have been talked about too. What cities would Doc Gooden put teams in?
I think Nashville would do good. I like Nashville. Oakland, like you say, I hate to see them leave Oakland, but if you're only drawing 54, 100 fans, it's time to move. I mean, I hate to say that about the Oakland-based fans, and I'm sure you have some fans that's been there through the good days in the 80s when they had. But I think Vegas would do good. At first, I thought Vegas wouldn't be a good sports town, but I see Oakland Raiders are doing well there, so if the A's went there, I think it'd be fine. But I think Nashville is definitely top of my list. I think they'll be fine. Oklahoma City, I'm not sure, but I think we'll be okay. But Charlotte, I don't know about Charlotte. I think Charlotte is more like Florida, and I hate to say that. It's more like retirement. And again, I'm not trying to take a knock at nobody, but I think it'll be good for like spring training. But they have a team based there. I'm not sure a baseball team in Charlotte would do that well. It's more, to me, it's more like a retirement town.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that's not really from Charlotte, that's relocated there from a northern state. So I'm not sure how well they do. It's like the Rays. Like, I'm from Florida, and I love the team being there. But, I mean, like, I remember in 2008, I think it was, when the Rays played the Phillies, I took my kids to the game, and they couldn't put, like, upper deck was blocked off. You couldn't put fans in upper deck. So, I mean, that's sad. I mean, it's the World Series, you can't fill up upper deck. And I hate to say that, but I'm just being real. So I don't think those towns would be good. Even Florida, I think Miami, same thing. It can't draw. Even when it was winning in 97 and I think 2003, when they had the top teams, they still weren't drawing the way you think. So Florida's tough. And I'm sure my family and some friends going to get on me about that. But, I'm just keeping it real. And it's tough. So I don't know. But I think Nashville would definitely get my vote 100%. And Oklahoma would be a close second. Oklahoma City.
I think it's cool, too. And to the family in Florida, they got to realize that there's probably more people around the table at the Gooden Thanksgiving than there is at most Marlin games. And that's just a fact, guys. That's just how it goes.
No doubt. No doubt. That's like, again, I'm not on the Marlins. I mean, Marlins or Tampa Bay, but in 2000, I was with Tampa for a short period of time, and my guest list probably was half of the stadium, with my family and friends and ex-coaches. I mean, it's bad, but that's true.
It's weird, too, with, like, Miami. You see, during the World Baseball Classic, this thing was mobbed.
Yeah, they just can't draw. And where the stadium is, I hear it's not a good area. And unfortunately, I mean, it's bad because a lot of players come in the area. Same thing in my Little League. I just found out my Little League park, not my high school, but my Little League park that I played at, it was inner city. Belmont Heights Little League. We had at least 25 guys from our Little League park at one time or another playing the major leagues.
Wow.
That's got to be the most out of anybody, I would think.
That's
25 different
incredible.
guys to play the major leagues out of my Little League park.
Man, it's something about Florida. It's so cool. My nephews are growing up down here in Florida. I grew up in Jersey, and it's totally different. The kids down here, they're so far advanced because they're playing all year round.
Yeah, that's the thing. You get to play year round, man. And when I was growing up, that's all we wanted to do. I mean, we'll play year round. Even when we went baseball season, we're playing against kids that went to my school. We'll meet halfway in a field. We'll play, and they have leagues year round. You play. I mean, that's all we wanted to do. Like even guys that played other sports, they would play. Like my nephew Gary, he played football, he played basketball, but he would still be playing baseball year round as well. So I think that is a advantage because a lot of guys up north, it gets cut because of the
Yep.
weather. And I know like, a lot of the small colleges or some of the big colleges, they go down south to play games. But the high school kids is very tough for those guys to play a full schedule or for the scouts to really get a good look at them.
Absolutely. And his nephew, Gary, he's talking about Gary Sheffield, guys. I mean, does this family not produce studs or what? Now, Doc, you came into the MLB and dominated at a young age. And something that we see now is like, it feels like the American athletes, they got to stay in the minors for so long. Do you think that like that should be looked at? And why is that? Like, why does it take so long for the American kids to get a chance in the show?
Yeah, I think now because there's more guys coming from different parts of the world, especially Japan. A lot of guys are coming over,
Yeah.
and now with that extra year, I see where a lot of guys are leaving guys down for that extra year of arbitration, which I don't understand. Especially if you're trying to win, and the way the salaries are, these guys not making that much money anyway. I want to fill the best team out,
Right.
and the same way like the Orioles, I can't think of the guy's name right now, but they have a starting pitcher, big prospect. They shut down like the end of spring training. He has four quality pitches. Like, I just went blank. I can't remember the guy's name, but he has four quality pitches. He's throwing triple digits fastball. They sign him back down to the minors. They say, he's not quite ready. My thing is,
Grayson
spring training, he might
Rodriguez.
yeah, Robert, that's the guy. Yes, spring training, he might do a lot, but I'll have to get a guy a shot because a guy like that, you sit him back down, he's got nowhere to go. Because if he struggles, they're gonna say, "Well, he's not ready. He's gonna leave him down that board. He's gonna lose confidence." If he dominate down there, they're gonna say, "Well, he should dominate down there." So he's got nothing to gain. So me personally, I would have brought him up, gave him a shot. He'd been my fifth starter. I was trying to start him off against a weak opponent if I could, even though all these guys are big league ball players, and just kind of bring him along slowly. But that's one of the guys' example, like you said. But a lot of times, I think they're trying to buy that extra year of arbitration, or they'll bring these guys up after June, so they don't have to give them credit for the full year this year. That's going a lot as well. To me, that's a bit of collusion.
I like that. I like the prescription from the doctor on that one, ladies and gentlemen. And it is true. It's just people being cheap, really. They just want that extra year of control over the guy, and it's wasted on the guy when he's in the minors anyway.
Yes, not anyway, exactly. I mean, if I'm trying to win, I bring these guys up. That's why, like, Bang was the general manager. He used to be the scout with the Mets. Yeah, it'll pop up to me. But he started off as an agent, then he came in with the Mets as a general manager.
Oh, I
And then
know exactly who you're talking about. He was I know exactly who you're talking about. Hold on, I'll get it for you. Brody
and,
Van
yeah,
Wagenen.
yeah, that's the guy.
It's a
There you go.
hard ass name anyway.
Yes, but I give him credit because they could have did it with Pete Alonso his rookie year, kept him down in the minors, the buyout the time, and it didn't. He let him make the team, and it paid off. So I give him, even though they did, he didn't stay around long, but I give him credit for making that move. So then
Absolutely.
Pete joined the team out of spring training. He deserves a lot of credit for that.
And now, you look at guys, too, that came in making impact. You look at Doc Gooden. You look at Vita Blue. How about Vita? Did you enjoy watching Vita Blue come into the league?
Oh man, I got to see him a little bit when I was young, not a whole lot because back then, you only got the one game a week. They didn't have all the
Right.
network now. But when I did have a chance to see him pitch, man, and my dad would show me tapes on him, and this guy was filthy. It was fun to watch, man. Totally dominated, and actually, hopefully I'll see him at the golf team that's coming up at the end of September.
Absolutely, guys. This September 29th in San Francisco, California. Doc, at the iconic Presidio where Babe Ruth, Joe D, Barry Bonds plays. So many guys. We're going to be doing the San Francisco Celebrity Classic, benefiting Cure Alzheimer's. Vita Blue will be in the house. Doc Gooden be in the house, Chili Davis, Rick Barry. It's going to be a party, man. I can't wait. When's the last time you were in the Bay?
It's been a while. I was there last year for a little bit, doing a speaking engagement. It was fun, but I didn't really get to hang around, and I haven't seen a new ballpark. So definitely looking forward to that.
Doc, the Dodgers are in town. It's Dodgers Giants for those few days.
Oh, I'll definitely gotta go to the park and see that. That's still a big rivalry. I still love the game. I definitely like seeing the new ballparks, and so I'm looking forward to coming out there and hanging out with you guys. And thanks for the invite.
Absolutely. And guys, remember, right now, time's running out. Head over to popflypopshop.com and you can get the immortal Doc Gooden, Dr. K. This is one of the slickest pieces of art we've seen from Daniel Jacob Horine. It's available now. There's an autographed option, so take full advantage of it. And Doc, man, I thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show, man.
Thanks for having me, my friend. Look forward to doing it again anytime, my brother.
Absolutely. And guys, if you're interested, me and Doc are going to start training some New York rats. So if you need any to do errands around town, we're about to put Uber out of business together.
Yes, sir. Let's do it, man. That's the thing. That's the way to go now.
Innovation, baby. Innovation.
Yes, sir. You got it, brother.
All right, Doc. Thank you so much, man.
My pleasure. Good talking to you.
Take care, brother. Guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, comment, and as always, we'll be seeing you here next week on the Charlie Boots Network. Big thanks to Dr. K, and I can't wait, September 29th, to see you all in the Bay. Cheers.